What's up YouTube family? It's Gio from Robinhood Investing with Gio. 2020 has been a very rough year for most of us. And if you're looking to start 2021 with a big splash, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about investing on Robinhood to start off the new year. I'm going to teach you about indexes, returns, individual stocks, and everything you need to know to get started. If that sounds like something you want to hear, stay tuned guys. I'll see you soon. Hey everyone, welcome back. Just a quick reminder, if you do happen to learn something from this video, consider subscribing. I like to do daily portfolio reviews, tutorials for beginners on Robinhood. I also like to trade stocks and options, and I give you tips on what I'm doing in the market throughout the week. So I thought I'd start off the video with a tremendous quote from the greatest investor in Wall Street history, Warren Buffett. And in this video, he's going to explain the power of investing, but more so the power of investing in an index fund. I'll pull up the clip for you guys.
The best single thing you could have done on March 11th, 1942, when I bought my first stock, was just buy an index fund and never look at a headline, never think about stocks anymore, just like you would do if you bought a farm. You just buy the farm and let the tenant farmer run it for you. And I pointed out that if you'd put $10,000 in an index fund that reinvested dividends, and I paused for a moment to let the audience try and guess how much it amount to, and it would come to $51 million now. And the only thing you had to really believe in then is that America would win the war and that America would progress as it has ever since 1776.
And those are quite inspirational words. One of the reasons I pulled up this clip because I feel like it's incredibly relevant to what's happening right now in the year 2020. I know things were looking very dire during this pandemic for a lot of us, and similar to the war in a way, we didn't see daylight at the end of the tunnel. I think it's very important to understand that if you're American, you believe in the power of American ingenuity, technology, science, and you knew we were going to get through this one way or another. Alright, so now that we have our inspiration out of the way, let's get down to business, everyone. One of the things to understand about Wall Street and trading stocks and exchanges is that in the New York Stock Exchange, there are three major indexes that are traded. It's the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial, and the NASDAQ. The first index you might consider investing in is the S&P 500. On Robinhood as a ticker symbol of SPY, and it's probably one of the most famous indexes in the entire world. Second one would be the Dow Jones Industrial Average. On Robinhood, ticker symbol DIA, this index has 30 companies in it. It's a lot more exclusive, unlike the S&P 500. The last heavily popular index on Robinhood would be the NASDAQ, ticker symbol QQQ. The NASDAQ trades a lot of tech-based stocks, and it's incredibly popular amongst young people. However, index funds aren't the only way to invest. There's also the ability to invest in stocks. However, when investing in individual stocks, the thing to understand is they provide the highest returns on your investment, but they also could potentially lose you the most money. And I'll explain. For example, here the S&P 500 has 500 companies, as I mentioned. One of those companies happens to be Boeing. Boeing is an airplane manufacturer. They also assist in building military equipment and planes and helicopters for the US government. As we could see, so far this year, Boeing's returns have been abysmal, mostly because of the travel restrictions and the limited air travel. As you could see, so far this year, Boeing has returned negative 34%. There's a possibility that this may never recover to where it was at previously. It's all speculation, but you always have to understand the risk when it comes to investing in individual companies. However, once again, going back to SPY, SPY has 500 companies. Another reason why SPY is up this year, or a reason that SPY is up over 14%, is because it does have companies that are dragging it down, such as Boeing. But it also has companies that are pushing it up. Another individual stock that's incredibly popular amongst young people is Apple. As we see Apple so far this year, they have done tremendously. So far year to date, they have returned almost 90% to investors. And that's absolutely incredible. The S&P 500 so far year to date has returned a little bit over 14% for investors. However, one of the other most popular indexes is the NASDAQ. As we can see, the NASDAQ has returned over 45% to investors so far this year. One of the key things to understand as an investor is you must understand trends. You have to understand that the NASDAQ has mostly tech-based stocks. And for that reason, during this past year, a lot of us were working remotely. A lot of us were doing a lot more work on our phones and our computers. And because the NASDAQ is so tech-based, companies such as Apple, Google, Microsoft, that's the reason that this has returned so much on your investment. So that'll do it for me in this video, everyone. I thank you so much for tuning in. And if you learned anything, consider subscribing. I like to make new videos every single day with valuable information for new and old investors. And I thank you everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.